Our movie of the week, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. And here to introduce it is John Hinde.
Well, just a while back when they asked me how about presenting A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, I said, well, nothing could be better because it's one of the classic bits of storytelling of the movies. But as it turns out, the one that they were talking about was not the one I was talking about, which was the 1945 classic version, the very first feature film made by Elia Kazan. This one is the 1970s telemovie directed by a very good telemovie director, Joseph Hardy. But as I've said before, I'm basically a movie person, not a telemovie person. But the telemovie does turn out to have its own attractions. And one of them is Cliff Robertson doing his own thing as Johnny, the hard-drinking, singing waiter, the loving but irresponsible husband and father of the Nolan family in this Brooklyn tenement.
My tree's dead.
What? Listen, darling, that tree was made in heaven, darling. Nobody can kill that tree. Nobody planted that tree. And nobody can kill it. And I reckon next summer, a little seed that is dropped will push its way up through the concrete, reaching for the sun. And you'll have a tree again.
Oh, Papa. Papa, will it really happen?
Did I ever lie to you?
This was the role that was created in the Kazan version by a virtual unknown, James Dunn, who almost got thrown out of the Kazan production and ended up taking out the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Back then, Dunn was cast perfectly, of course, perfectly to type, because he was a drunk and unreliable too. Here, Cliff Robertson comes to the Johnny Nolan role with a lot of polish to back him after being an established Hollywood leading man for something like 20 good years. He's not so instinctively at home as Dunn was with this role, but he does play it with plenty of power. Incidentally, the Kazan version, marvellous storytelling though it is, it has always seemed to me just a touch too long, at well over 2 hours. This version is a lot shorter, but it still doesn't seem to have lost too much of the story that was immortalised in the best-selling novel of the 1940s by Betty Smith. Anyway, here we go with Joseph Hardy's version of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, and I'll be back afterwards.